today. It's Madden NFL football. It's week 15 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Charles and I have been looking forward to this one all week, and this one is underway here on EA Sports.
This taken in at the goal line.
And with a marker down, he's up just past the 25-yard line, but I think they're going to be going backwards. Let's check the call. Well, that holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. But that field position after the return wasn't terrific. It's not a great starting field position as well.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Well, this defense for the Giants, they were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
And I don't know what the actual percentages are, and I don't know the analytics when you create 5 turnovers or takeaways in a game.
And right away, he lost the football. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. Now, after that last running play, we've got an offensive lineman down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. They'll run on first down. It's Richardson, and he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. Well, look there at his numbers on the ground a week ago. 2 trips to the end zone and well past 100 yards.
And going back and watching the film, we saw every kind of run from him, didn't we? We saw some power. We saw finesse. We saw speed. And what I love the most, he finished each and every run.
Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation. From the gun, Clancy. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
And the Giants are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
He'll try again.
And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Now, after that last running play, we've got an offensive lineman down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
Off play action. Clancy to the end zone, but it's incomplete. So they opted to pass for it on 3rd and goal. Let's see what they do on 4th and goal.
Well, I think they threw it with the idea that if they didn't get it, they would go for it on 4th and goal. So they got another play in their pocket. They're going to have to call it right now. No field goal here.
They're going to run. Here's Richardson. And he takes it into the end zone for a Giant TD. A great effort there with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Giants are going to take a first-quarter lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Taken at about the 1. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their 2nd drive.
And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions. but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You'd better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders fly into the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble. And who's got it? The Giants.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last two, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
As the Giants head back out there, let's take a look at the playoff picture in the NFC. And for them, it's no longer a question of will they make the playoffs. They've clinched the division title. The question, can they hold on to that #1 seed?
And this is where the mental fortitude comes to play, doesn't it? Because now you're not just the coach talking about it, it's team talking about it to each other, supporting each other, carrying each other along, because having that #1 seed means everything in the NFL.
It does. So even though the division title's clinched, shouldn't take the foot off the gas.
No, not at all. Play it all the way through, and I think we've seen that in recent years in the NFL. The teams that play and play to win each and every game, they're the ones to deal with in the playoffs.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Here's 2nd and 9.
Looking to throw. Clancy. Flushed out right. And it's intercepted at the goal line. A great read, and it's picked off.
And the Buccaneers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Curran. Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. And who's got it? The Giants. And now 3 drives, 3 fumbles.
What's amazing about it is when we go around and watch practices, how many times do we see them put that sleeve over a football now to make it more slippery and hard to handle? It's almost like they're playing with that sleeve on the ball right now. Was that 3 drives?
Yep.
3 fumbles?
3 fumbles.
It's time to change our luck some way, somehow. Focus, concentration. You'll hear those words on the bench in a big way right now.
On 2nd down now, it's Richardson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. Looking deep for Jennings. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. A big play that time through the air. 36 yards. Pretty good play by both the thrower and the catcher there, Charles. 3rd down, showed a lot of trust in his receiver.
And what I liked about the play was his receiver's understanding that everything wasn't on time back in the pocket. Rhythm was off a little bit. He adjusted as well and gave them a chance to complete that play.
On 2nd down, it's Richardson. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Giants on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. They'll try and run for it. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So reverse the celebration. We'll see if they have something else in their bag of tricks.
And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the excitement, and then when they realize those points aren't going to count? Can they get it back together and find their way back to the end zone?
So they wind up turning the turnover into points as they convert there for 3.
Yeah, that was a nice job there to force the fumble. They recover, hand things over to their offense, and then the offense went down and got them 3. That alone, that's not enough to win a game, but both units able to do their jobs on these last 2 drives.
And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Here's the Giant defense now as they head back onto the field. And so far, the Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Back to throw. Curran. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end. Complete. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 40. Hands it off out of the gun. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a 1st. This is 3rd down. Looking to throw. Curran. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bucs have made this a one-score game. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is down to a field goal. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded just outside the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Here again comes the captain of this offense, leading his crew back out there now. He has not had the start to this game that he envisions here in the 2nd quarter. He's struggling a little bit. But, hey, they're in the lead right now. So, kind of what's going on? In his head, do you think, Charles?
I think that's what he has to keep in mind. Winning the ball game is not going the way he wants in terms of his own play. But, oh, yeah, that's right, winning the ball game. So don't press. Don't try and do things outside of what's going on right now. Don't try to increase your game or get yourself right. Just make sure you continue to lead your ball club and keep them moving in the right direction.
And they've got that lead so far. 1 interception for him, no touchdown passes. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Richardson. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. Another fine carry from the NFL's rushing leader, and quarterbacks typically dominating the MVP balloting, but I think you got to give this guy serious consideration, don't you?
I agree totally. I mean, he's leading the league in rushing, and let's face it, partner, the running back renaissance in the NFL, it's real, and it's really helping teams along the way. He's a prime example. You got to give him strong consideration for MVP talk.
2 minutes remaining in the first half, 10-7, our score. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. 52 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times. Now it's Richardson. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Looking left side, and it's complete. Touchdown, Giants. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Giants are able to grow their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it was finished off by a touchdown by the New York Giants. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taken at the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but they're losing. And I think as the captain of the offense, you probably always feel like you need to do more in that situation.
The best have always felt that way, and they won't settle for anything less. So right now his goal is to increase what he's doing on the field, try to make sure his teammates come along with him, and he feels like if I do better, everyone will do better. And that's what we're seeing from him right now. Got to have a little extra determination.
Yeah, a little extra determination. He has thrown the touchdown pass. No interceptions for him personally to this point. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But, boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down.
The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. He couldn't get away there on 3rd down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now. as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. So we reach halftime here in a 10. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the third quarter. Second half ready to get rolling. The Giants with a lead, and they are set to receive this kick. Here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Giants about set to go to begin this third quarter. On the handoff, they start with Richardson. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Off the play fake. Clancy. Going to go to Clement here out of the backfield. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
On first down, Richardson. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll run again with Richardson. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 78 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 43. Back to throw. Clancy. So we get a traffic there, and that's complete. And he's taken down inside the 30. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. Drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And he'll get it down this time to the 17. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. A great play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Giants take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taking it about the 1. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second half. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Throwing on first down. Curran. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Marshall. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. And right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Giants touchdown. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
Extra point attempt to follow here. And the lead is now 24. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20. Call it the 21. The Bucs ready to take over once again. And they gave up the pick six. And now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard.
gain there to make it 2nd and 9. They'll keep it on the ground. Peoples. And he'll lose yardage here. Back to the 15. He went backwards 7 yards, setting up a tough 3rd down.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to...
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And a tough turnover there as now they will have it at the 6-yard line, 1st and goal.
Well, if these guys wanted to get back in this game, they needed an almost perfect second half. And down 3 scores, a lost fumble here certainly doesn't fit into that plan.
That reminds me of my plan in college to get... on the papers I turned in, but that didn't work out too well either. Too many mistakes by both of us. I mean, that's just pure and simple. And that's why that's exactly where they are in this ball game. They're going to need a huge turnaround if they want to try and win this one.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal.
And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Giants use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Taking it about the 1. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
Now the Buccaneer offense set to take over again. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again symptomatic?
Yeah. And he loses the football the 2nd time. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. So they've got the football, and they'll start right on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. And that one quickly went from a big play for the offense, I thought he may go the distance, to a big play for the defense.
And how about the emotions for the defense on that play? It broke big. It was going to be an absolute disaster for them, and it turns out they end up with the football. I don't know that they're exactly celebrating.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted.
Snags it for the pick.
As much football as we watch, we've seen this work many times. In the red zone, 1st down, take a shot at the end zone, and points result. In this case, though, give credit to the defense. They outguessed them, were prepared, and intercepted the pass.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. To throw from his end zone, Curran.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
He's 2nd in the NFL in interceptions, and you understand why. He plays a game of great intelligence, understands positioning, and has a great ability to break on the football when it's in the air.
So fun to watch his closing speed, and another example of it on that play. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he's able to get it out of there.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 46. They start on the ground. It's Richardson. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 104 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Off play action. Clancy. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And it'll be incomplete. Good job staying with him defensively. And it'll bring up 2nd down. On 2nd down now. It's Richardson. He'll be hit down at the 33. 5 yards on the play.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Back to the ground, this time Langford. And he's able to pick up the 1st down here before he goes down at the 26. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he almost had his 2nd pick of the game. Probably should have. And he's frustrated as it falls incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead. On the ground, here's Richardson again. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down. Eluding the pressure right. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And the Bucs are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. He got out of the pocket there, was wondering what he was going to do with it, but I think he was calling, his receiver was calling for the ball, wasn't he?
He certainly was. The problem, he called for it too late, and when he delivered, they were all over him in the secondary and came up with the interception.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big 4th quarter hole. On 1st and 10, Curran. And the Giant rush gets home as down he goes. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And a return across midfield into the 46-yard line. CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
Pretty good results here on the first down run as he takes us forward for about 6. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll keep it on the ground. Richardson, and he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now it looks like he'll throw here. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the 4th quarter.
And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. And they're going to speed things up here. They'll keep it on the ground. Richardson. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. Operating from the gun, Clancy. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off down at the 2. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around a defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. From the gun, Curran. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. They'll run on 1st down. Peoples. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll keep it on the ground. Peoples. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. And one of the whistles for timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And shutting him off, now open field. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A great call there and a big run on the draw.
Every player I know tends to play the game in his mind before it actually happens. There's no way he thought that at this stage of the game, this would be his first big run like that.
Yeah, but it's got to feel for him like the floodgates open, a sigh of relief. Now we'll see if things can open up for him.
See if it can continue.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. Now a leaping catch. He's got it. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call. Mark off the 5 and keep it moving.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. So a victory here for the men in blue, the New York Giants. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
So for the Giants, they continue to make their case as a Super Bowl favorite as they move to 13-1. And they'll get another home date next week as the Eagles will come to town. Meanwhile, for Tampa Bay, they fall to 8-6 with the loss. And they'll try to make amends next week as they host the New Orleans Saints. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
today on EA Sports. It's week 16 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the New York Giants taking on the Philadelphia Eagles.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. This the scene just before we came on air. This New York crowd fired up by the arrival of their G-men as they burst from the locker room. They're ready to go as the Giants get set to match up with the Philadelphia Eagles. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. This taken in at the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. The numbers for James from last week, 16 carries, 68 yards.
I'm so glad you asked for a couple of offensive linemen to talk to before the game because they told us that in last week's contest, everything was clicking. Didn't matter whether they were doing gap scheme, zone scheme.
And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up third. But just 2 plays in, and Charles already their first sack defensively.
Yeah, how about that? That didn't take long, did it? And now they look at third down, and that's another time to try and go and get the quarterback, too.
And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. Call it a pickup of 3, and also now likely a punt on their opening drive. The Eagles send out their punter now. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. So possession goes over here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. And leading them out there, their 6'5" quarterback. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Richardson to start the drive. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Now a give right side. It's Richardson. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on third down. Looking to throw. Clancy. Complete. Richardson has it. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now fourth down. And the Giants send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense making their way back out as we take a look at the playoff picture in the NFC. As we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
On first down, James. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Back to throw. Pierce. James has got it. Complete. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And he's able to get this down deep on the Giants side of the field. A big play there for Philly. The offense has to love that because that was just a dump down, and then he turned something out of seemingly nothing.
And the best quarterbacks understand that dumping it down is often a good play, a better play than even what was drawn up.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. His first carry, he loses the football. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line. Well, he's not the starter coming in, getting his first carry off the bench. That's not the way to earn more carries.
You have to stay in the game, even if you're not on the field, right? Stay mentally sharp, stay ready. And above all, when you get into the game, hold on to the football. Don't let the other team have it.
No score after one on EA Sports. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Off the play fake. Clancy. And that is incomplete.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. And it looks like they're going to have to give up the football again after this one.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. They'll try the left side. It's James. Room here to run. But he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. They had a chance to limit his yardage, but he was able to fight off that tackle.
So it's not just the responsibility of the guys who missed the tackles along the way. It's all 11 on defense, able to stop this guy, unable to do it on that play. They've got to find a way. How about his ability to break through and gain that yardage?
Looking in zone, but it's incomplete. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Credit the Giants defense that time in pass coverage. 4th down. So on now the field goal team for Philadelphia. This will be just a 21-yard attempt. And his kick is indeed good. And the Eagles, they take a 3-0 lead. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. And the Giants ready to come out now. And they, if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, mentioned it, and I upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because they wanted no part of that one, and I was reminded, like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They are guarding against the upset.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Richardson, and he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. This, the second meeting of these two teams. You might recall they met back in Week 5, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. Off play action. Clancy. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 44-yard line.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
On 1st down, Clancy got his man complete over the middle. That's right.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
On on second down. It's Richardson. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down. Now a give, right side. Richardson. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. That also a career-long kick for the veteran, Charles.
Yeah, how about what he just got done there? We always knew he had a big leg. But how about everything coming together perfectly on that one? Great leg swing, and bang that one through.
Field goals all we've had so far. 3-3 now as the kick is away. Taken at the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive as they'll take over with just 13 seconds to go before the break. And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. Well, the white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. And we will likely not see another play here as they take the knee and head into the intermission all tied. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making them sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. And we will likely not see another play here as they take the knee and head into the intermission all tied. So we've reached halftime in a low-scoring affair, just a pair of field goals. 3-3 is our score. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach!
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. The weather might be cold, but the playoff races are heating up here on this final Sunday before Christmas. So let's get to it. We'll begin our tour up at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, where it was the Browns who were winners in that one at home. The Browns, with the victory, give themselves a chance at an above 500 season as they move to 7-8 with 2 games to go. From there, we head over to the West Coast. Check out the Niners at home at Levi Stadium. And they've got the lead over the visiting Chicago Bears. The Niners seem to be on their way to what would be a good victory. Finally, we'll save the biggest for last as we head to AT&T Stadium to see what's happening with the Cowboys at home in Arlington. And they were victorious in that one over the visiting Atlanta Falcons. Zach Wilson, sharp in the victory as his guys get back within a game of 500. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been as tight as we expected, all tied through one half of play. For the call of the second half, let's get it back to Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. Second half ready to roll. 2 field goals, the combined output in half number 1. Could be first touchdown wins. This fielded right at the goal line. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Giants about set to go to begin this third quarter. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. They'll start the third quarter here on the ground. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up. Found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot, but what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say 200 plus?
Accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. Successive penalties have them looking now at a 1st and 20. And boy, again, they won't get this off in time.
This is unbelievable.
So that'll back them up 5. Sooner or later, we should get a snap, I think. This is now 1st and 25 after another penalty. Off the play fake. Clancy. And this is caught. Jennings. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Now, I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature and make sure you don't get hurt.
47 yards rushing for him now to this point. Off play action. Clancy. Going left side, it's complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the 1st down and then some.
Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Richardson. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And a big turnover there as his guys will get...